Let me ask you this. What if the fear that's holding you back was never real to begin with? Let me explain a little bit. Back in 1997, my wife and I had great careers, solid finances, and no kids. And one decision changed everything. She stepped away from her career to raise our first child, and my deepest fear of not having enough took over. But here's what I didn't see at the time. Our biggest leap of faith led to more success, not less. And the only thing standing in the way was mindset. So if you're feeling stuck or burned out and afraid to slow down, this video will change the way you see success, hopefully forever. So let's dive in. So let me go back, set the stage. Again, it was 1997. My wife and I were both engineers, living a double income, no kids lifestyle. It was great, right? And our finances were great, and our careers were progressing. But then, a year later, everything changed. We welcomed our first child, and my wife, a successful chemical engineer, earning more than I did at that time, decided to step away from her career, a decision I supported, to stay home with our baby. And again, while I agreed, deep inside, I was struggling. My long-held fear of scarcity, the belief that we might not have enough, kicked in. I couldn't shake it. I mean, the thought of cutting our income in half, I felt that would put us in a dangerous financial position. But instead of dwelling on what we lost, we focused on what we gained. And we had a beautiful daughter and the freedom for my wife to be present in her early years. And man, that is something incredible, to be able to have her spend time with our daughter. But you know what? I feel like we were blessed because of that faith. And when our second child arrived, man, I received a promotion. It was almost as if the universe recognized our leap of faith. And, as our toddlers grew, so did my career, with another advancement that further stabilized our finances. But despite the progress, I still found myself constantly stressed about money. And it wasn't because we were struggling financially. I mean, we always had enough. We never had problems paying the bills. But the deep down real issue was my mindset. I had unknowingly adopted limited beliefs that were passed on to me from my mother. And they were holding me back from true abundance. Instead of seeing our life as thriving, I kept fearing the worst. And this resistance, my resistance to growth, was fueled by these deep-seated beliefs that kept me from fully stepping into my potential. I mean, I know it without a doubt. And it wasn't until my oldest daughter pointed it out. Yes, the little baby in the beginning of the story, my own child, that she pointed out that the stress and this scarcity was stressing her out, and it was stressing our family out. And so I realized how much my mindset was shaping our reality. That wake-up call set me on a path of self-improvement and mindset transformation. And today, our entire family works together in our business. My wife is starting her own art healing coaching program, and my business is growing. My oldest daughter manages our real estate portfolio and plays a key role in my programs, my coaching programs, the Mind Flow Cycle, and also my consulting business. And my youngest daughter is our social media coordinator. And even my oldest daughter's boyfriend, future fiance, plays a part in our business operations. So life takes unexpected turns. But what remains constant is this: the beliefs we hold dictate the life we experience. Let me repeat that, and that's worth writing down. The beliefs we hold dictate the life we experience. If you're feeling stuck, maybe trapped by fears of failure or scarcity, or convinced that success isn't meant for you, trust me, man, I have been there, I have lived it, I have stressed over it. But you don't have to stay there. And I'm going to talk about 6 steps to help you break free from limiting beliefs and really transform your reality. So, real quick, step number 1. And if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see me repeating this pattern, which is you need to identify your limiting beliefs. The first step is awareness. What stories have you been telling yourself about success or money or relationships or personal worth? Maybe you've been conditioned to believe that success means working long hours at the expense of family time. the hustle and grind culture. Maybe you've convinced yourself that financial security is always out of reach, no matter how much you earn. So start paying attention to these internal narratives, the things that your brain is telling you. Because a lot of times they are invisible barriers that are holding you back. In fact, these beliefs create thoughts that stir emotions in us. Then these emotions, like anxiety or stress, then affect the actions or the reactions you take in life, resulting in potentially undesired outcomes. For example, if you are like how I was years ago and have scarcity as a limiting belief, then you start overthinking about the lack of money or all the bills that come into your mailbox. In fact, maybe you stress out about walking to the mailbox because you know there's some bills in there. This stress is, what stress does to your body. It's not good. And you react by telling your family, we can't afford this or we can't afford that. And the outcome is forever for you, for your business, a lack of abundance. So what do you need to do? Well, step number 2, after you identified those limiting beliefs, you need to challenge the narrative. Ask yourself, is this absolutely true? More often than not, these beliefs are based on past experiences, society's conditioning, right? Or fear, not facts. For example, my belief that cutting our income in half would lead to financial hardship was completely false. In reality, we never lacked what we needed, and abundance continued to flow. So reframe your belief with evidence that contradicts it. Instead of saying, I'll never have enough money for my kids' college education, reframe that to, I have the power to create multiple streams of income and will easily support my child at whatever college she desires to go to. See how we shifted that. Then step 3, you got to start reprogramming your mindset, rewiring that brain. Your brain follows the path of least resistance, just like how water flows or energy flows. If you've been thinking the same negative thoughts for years, your brain has made them the default setting. I was listening to a talk not too long ago, and they compared the brain to a search engine. And when you ask your brain questions, it's going to search for those limiting beliefs, those thoughts, that default setting, and that's what it's going to pull out. So you have to change that. And you can rewrite that script. What are some ways? So after you've identified your limiting beliefs, you have reframed them, you have flipped them, you have the justification that shows these new decisions, these new beliefs are true. Just like when my scarcity belief, it wasn't true. I had the justification. I got a promotion. I got another advancement. That was the facts. That reinforced my new belief that abundance does come to me. But that's not the last step. You have to use affirmations and visualization and daily mindset exercises to install those new beliefs. Tell yourself, I am capable of success while prioritizing my family. Or I have more than enough time for both my career and my personal life. Or abundance flows freely to me. However, if you skip steps 1 and 2 and go directly to this step, you're probably missing the point. You must root out those limiting beliefs. I can't stress it enough. Root them out, reframe them, and intentionally change the narrative. Then you can smash through this step with recordings or listening to mindset or meditations, and really improve your own mindset to be in a powerful state, in a positive state through practice. So before we go on, if this video is resonating with you and you want to gain more balance in your life, check out our free resource, the Mindflow Cycle Roadmap for Balance, and just comment free tools and we'll make sure that we send you the link. So step 4, and I feel like I repeat this a lot, but you've got to surround yourself with supporters, expanders, uplifters, right? Your environment has such a profound effect on your beliefs. If you're surrounded by people who reinforce scarcity or burnout culture, breaking free will be an uphill battle. So seek out mentors and coaches and communities that really are of like-minded people that embody the life you want to create. When I finally invested in coaching and dropped my resistance to learning from others, my growth has skyrocketed. So surround yourself with people. There's power in community. There's power in mentorship. Step number 5, take inspired action, really. Breaking free from limiting beliefs isn't just about mindset. It's about the actions you take. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight, but you do have to take intentional steps. Start small. For example, maybe set boundaries at work or carve out dedicated time for you and your children. Or maybe just begin to explore new income streams that may allow more flexibility. The key is movement. Each small step reinforces your new beliefs and builds momentum. Step 6, you've got to celebrate, right? Celebrate every win. Your brain thrives. It really thrives on reinforcement. When you see evidence that your new beliefs are working, yeah, man, celebrate it. Did you successfully protect a weekend for family time? Celebrate. Acknowledge that as a victory. Did you land a new opportunity that aligns with your life, right? Your ideal life. Man, recognize it. That's awesome. It's proof, in fact, that your mindset shift is working. The more you validate your progress, the more your brain's going to accept this new reality as the norm, and it's going to start working toward it. And as you follow these steps, be sure to do one final thing. This may be the hardest, but is to relax. Just relax. You got to drop your resistance to what the universe is trying to provide to you and relax. So if you're finding value in this video and you're ready to take control of your time and your mindset, just make sure to grab our free resource. Got it listed, the Mind Flow Cycle Roadmap for Balance. Just comment free tools and we'll make sure we send it your way. Now, your reality is yours to shape. Man, time moves fast. So if you're constantly stuck in limiting beliefs and you're waiting for the right moment to change, I've got to tell you, you'll wake up years from now wondering where all the time went. I mean, you are capable of creating a thriving career while also prioritizing your family and your self-care. But first, you have to make the decision that you're going to make changes, and you've got to believe that you can do it. I believe you can do it. And so I look back now at my fear of scarcity and how that could have so easily derailed my life, my family, and everything I had built. But by shifting my mindset, we created a life of abundance, balance, and fulfillment. And you can too. So I ask you, what limiting beliefs are keeping you from the life that you truly want? Identify them, challenge them, and reprogram your brain. Take action. And most importantly, begin to celebrate your new reality that you are about to create. And then take a breath and relax. You can do this. You will do this. So thank yourself. In fact, someday in the future, you're going to look back on this time and you're going to be so thankful that you took those steps. You took those steps to change, to rewire your brain. So be sure to subscribe and comment below, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.